Perched on the rugged Dorset coastline, gazing out over Weymouth Bay, stands a silent sentinel of history. This is Nothe Fort, a place of secrets, shadows and stories that refuse to be forgotten. Built in the 1860s to defend Britain from a feared French invasion, Nothe Fort was a marvel of Victorian engineering. Its maze of stone corridors, gun decks and underground magazines once echoed with the sounds of soldiers, drills and the distant threat of war. Through 2 world wars, the fort stood ready. Anti-aircraft guns roared from its ramparts. Its walls absorbed the fear, tension and sacrifice of a country at war. But even when the guns fell silent, the fort did not rest. Whispers of the supernatural began to stir. Visitors spoke of cold spots, strange mists, and ghostly figures vanishing into the darkness. Some claimed to have seen the infamous whistling gunner, a spectral soldier who walks the corridors, still bound to duty. Others simply feel watched. Today, Nothe Fort is a museum by day, but by night its true nature reveals itself, and that's where we come in. DAW Paranormal is here to uncover what history left behind, to shine a light into the shadows, and to ask the questions no one else dares to. Are you ready to step into the unknown?
Good evening, and we are at Nothe Fort tonight doing our investigation, and I can't wait. The venue seemed very, very spooky. I've had a quick walk around myself and it does seem quite spooky. So where we're starting tonight, I'm in the Victorian gun deck, and this is basically where the artillery, the gunmen, would have came here, and they would have basically lived in this room all the time that they were having to defend our ports. Now, as you can see just behind me, this is where they would have slept. To the right of me, you probably can't see that bit, but this is where they would have eaten, and to the left of me, this is where they would use the guns just to sort of like defend our port. Anyway, so I'm going to introduce you to the rest of our team in a minute, and then we're going to get cracking with the investigation, and we're going to go on to night vision. So let's just go and we'll go down and see the rest of the group. Right. No, tap then. So tap right. Are you and you, Tony, there, yeah?
I will be.
Right,
I'm going to have to go between these two.
Yeah, so we can edit these bits out, so I'm going to get started. So, yeah. So we are now in night vision, guys, and we're going to start our investigation. So we're a bit further down in the Victorian gun deck. Mostly everybody's sat here. We've got 2 of the other members that have come back, so we've now got Tony. Are you alright, Tony?
I'm good, thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we've got Will as well. Will, you alright?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Excited and nervous at the same time.
Okay, so tonight we're going to start this investigation, and we're going to do a bit of cooling out to start off with, and then we're going to gradually go around the rest of the building, and we're going to see what we can capture tonight. But I think it's going to be absolutely excellent. I'm feeling quite excited, but I'm also feeling quite nervous as well. So we're going to start off doing some cooling out, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. So is there anybody here that would like to communicate with us tonight? If there is, can you make a tap? Can you tap like me? If I stamp my foot, can you do that back? That was someone's stomach, wasn't it?
I think it was.
It's so eerily quiet here, isn't it?
Yes.
What was that?
That was Will's
That was me.
feet. Are there any gunners in this room? You would have spent a lot of time in here. Can you make a noise for us? Can you copy me? Now, what we have to remember here, everybody, and I think we discussed this before we even started, was our voices travel a long way.
Yeah.
So we've got that thing to consider, like the, what's it called, the acoustics, yeah? Of the venue. It's very, very echoey in here. So we have to bear that in mind.
Donna, what was the names you got earlier? Jonathan and Albert.
Is there a Jonathan in this room with us? Or an Albert, maybe?
Yeah, I can feel it.
What are you feeling, Mum?
Draft breeze, literally.
Across the face.
Yeah, I can feel that there is
Yeah.
there is a bit of a draft in here. I don't know whether it's because
It's just across the face.
There's-
Nowhere else, just
yeah.
across the
Yeah, I
can
think
you
it's
feel
not that.
this? I think it's just because there's a door at the end that's open, and I think it's blowing through. So we have to take that into consideration in this building. It's definitely silent.
It's got really cold.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped in here a lot.
Are there any children in here with us? I know there was children here with the fathers. Is there anyone here now?
Can you make a noise for us? Gosh, we've got everybody coughing tonight, haven't we? Oh my gosh. Sorry about this, guys, but we've got a lot of
I
coughing
think
here.
it's to do with the atmosphere in here. It's very...
Very close, isn't it?
Yes.
Very dense. Can you make a noise?
Yes.
I can't because Tony's coughing.
Sorry, I'm
Tony,
just going to go and get some
stop
fresh
coughing.
air.
Yeah. So Tony has just left the group because he's got this terrible cough. But Donna has just said that she could hear whistling. So Tony's just gone out so we can try and listen for the whistle. So if we can all just keep still, we're just going to have a bit of a listen. No one move. If that was you whistling, can you do that again for us? I can whistle too. You copy me, please. Yeah, what was that? Was it like a tap? There was a tap.
Comes
From behind me?
Yeah. That whistling was so clear as well.
I didn't hear it
I didn't
because
hear it from over there.
I didn't hear it because Tony was coughing, so I didn't hear it. I couldn't hear it. Can you do that for us again, please? Can you whistle again like you did just a minute ago when Donna heard you whistling? I didn't hear you because Tony was coughing. I feel like I can hear footsteps now. They're like faint footsteps. Feel free if anybody wants to call out. I think that's just birds, isn't it? I
Can
just
you
heard
move
birds.
something for us in here? If you're in here with us, please.
Can you hear whistling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why am I not hearing whistling?
I'm hearing it.
No, let's just
Listen.
let's just listen. Still doing it?
No, not the moment.
Gosh, I keep not hearing it.
I heard it as plain as
That's
day.
really
Don't
good.
hear it.
What does the
Yeah.
whistle sound like? Just so I know
Just
what I'm
like
listening
someone's
for.
whistling like.
What, like a cheerful whistle?
Yeah, yeah.
Like just somebody going
Yeah.
about their
Yeah.
day, just like
You know,
having a
you
little
walk
whistle
along and
when they're at work and they're
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
whistling.
It's very faint, isn't it?
Which direction do you think it's coming from? Like
I think that
this way or that way?
And
That
I
way.
heard it this way just now.
So we've heard it both ways. Mum, have you heard it?
Yeah, that way. I've also heard tapping that way.
A couple of the team members, they said they can hear you whistling, but I can't hear you whistle. Can you whistle a little bit louder for us? I'd really appreciate that.
Did you hear it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that. That was a bird.
Yeah, that's a bird. That's not the whistle.
That wasn't the whistle, that was a bird, but I
It's
heard
not
it
birds
was
out
like,
at night.
It's a happy whistle.
yeah, it was like, yeah.
There ain't no birds out at night.
No, that was a bird.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we didn't hear the whistle, but there was a bird. Everybody said
That was
there was
different,
a
so,
bird noise out there as well. Don't forget, we're right by the sea, so you can have seagulls, and they are going to be out at night.
Thank you for doing that. Can you
Yeah.
just do it one more time for us, please?
So I can hear footsteps at the moment.
Yeah.
That's Tony. There's nothing paranormal about that. That is just Tony walking back up. Obviously, he's got rid of his cough. Hopefully. Tony, oh, is he not here yet? Tony,
Yeah.
we've heard whistling.
All right.
Can you do it for Tony, please?
Can you whistle again for us so Tony can hear this time? But let's all just be quiet now. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Can you hear whistle, Tony?
It's very faint.
What are you getting, Tony?
I wouldn't have described it as a whistle. I thought it was more of a faint call, like a sort of thing.
Oh gosh. You've got something totally different to what we got.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not saying you
It's
haven't
distant.
heard that, because obviously we're all having our own experiences right now, so we're all going to interpretate things in a different way to one another. So what we may think is whistling, Tony has, he said, well actually I can hear like a faint, what was that, a murmur?
Yeah. Sounded like a distant call, but just to mention, I don't know if it'll pick up on there. But when I was sat outside, there's the flagpoles up on the
Yeah,
top. They're all
I'm
rattling
aware,
away.
I can hear the flagpoles rattling,
So
yeah.
it's just in case on the
Yeah,
footage
no.
anybody can
Yeah,
hear
no,
that. That's all that
I
is.
can hear that faint sort of like
A little sort of
ruffle,
metallic rattling.
yeah, of the flagpole. And that's just a bird.
There it goes again.
Whilst we're stood here, the atmosphere in this area has become, it feels quite eerie here at the moment. It is, do you feel that, everybody?
Bit uneasy.
Yeah. Do you feel like the atmosphere in here has changed? Like,
It's changed.
it's gone a bit more
Heavy.
heavy and a bit eerie, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can you knock like me? If I knock on this little cabinet, can you knock like me? Copy me, please, if you don't mind. Can you give us some knocks back?
I think I'm going to have to go outside again. Kids, I don't know, something's catching my...
We're gonna move on from here anyway, Tony. Can't spend too long there.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to go outside.
So, Tony's just come back in, but he feels like he needs to go back out because he feels like there's something affecting him at the moment in here. So, with that, bearing that in mind, I think, because we've still got quite a lot of areas to cover, and I want to make sure we cover as many areas as we can for you tonight. We're going to go and we're going to move on to... William, where were we moving on to next? What was the area? What was the second area? So this area?
Was it the passage?
I think so.
I don't think it was the passage,
I
was it?
don't know.
It's got blinking cold in here.
I don't know.
It's got really,
It has got cold in here, yeah. So, yes, so with that in mind, so everybody's feeling quite uneasy in here at the moment. Tony can't stay in here for longer than 5 minutes. I don't know whether it's because of dust or like an environmental thing that's within this area at the moment. But we're going to go and move on now, and we'll catch up with you when we're in our next area. And hopefully the rest of the evening will be quite interesting. So we'll see you in a minute whilst we set up all the rest of our equipment in our next location. So just give us 5 minutes and we'll be back.
Now, after reviewing this part of the footage, we captured two distinct sounds very close together. First, a sharp metallic ping. This we were able to debunk. There is a flagpole within the fort grounds, and on the night of our investigation, the wind caused it to move, creating occasional pings and clangs against the metal. But then, just 2 seconds later, a low breathy exhale. This sound has not yet been explained. No one in the team reported hearing it at the time. No one was speaking, moving, or breathing heavily near the camera. It doesn't match any environmental noise we've logged from that night. Could it be a natural anomaly or something else entirely? We'll leave that up to you to decide. Let us know in the comments. What do you think we captured? Have you heard anything like this on other investigations?
Ready then, yeah. Okay, so we're back, and we're now down in the tunnel area. We're actually in a shell room at the moment. This is where they would have kept all the ammunition. And there has been some activity in here before. We don't know it because it's been sort of anecdotal evidence that people have said that they've experienced here, but we've not actually been told what they have experienced. So it'd be interesting to find out for ourselves, and perhaps we can pick up on what other people have picked up on. So at the moment, it's quite dark down here, and it's also quite echoey. So I hope this is recording okay. You can hear us all clearly. But we're going to do the usual stuff that we've been doing. So we're going to do some calling out and see if we can... What was that?
Me sniffing.
No, it was before that.
Like something before there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Noise.
So I just feel like we just heard a noise. Okay, I'm just going to start calling out then. So is there anybody here in this shell room with us right now? If there is, can you make a noise for us, please? Did you hear footsteps?
Mm-hmm.
Going down the corridor? Okay. Just listen. If you're here with us, can you make that noise again? Can you make those footsteps down the corridor again that we've just heard? I heard footsteps. Clear as day. Tony, did you hear footsteps? Like,
Yeah.
Heard something.
it was over running down the corridor.
There were a few steps, and then when you asked again, I thought I heard one further step.
Is Albert here with us?
Who's Albert?
Donna picked up the name's Albert earlier, didn't she?
Okay. So we don't actually know who
We don't know
Albert is.
I just wondered if there was an Albert here with us.
What is that noise? What is that noise?
Is it our voice? Can you hear voices?
I don't know, but I think we just need to sit really still, don't we? And just, I know we are sitting still, but just, I need to get my ears together, if you know what I mean. I need to get my ears listening. And it's really difficult to listen because it's so deathly quiet down here. And I can hear buzzing in my ears because it's so quiet. So at the moment we are hearing a lot of noises down here that we've heard, like, was that a whistle?
It sounded like a scream, didn't he?
Scream? What was that?
Squeak or something like that.
Squeak?
Squeak.
See, we've all heard different things and we're
Squeak.
interpreting things in a different way. But there are a lot of auditory noises at the moment that we're all hearing.
See, there's a lot of there was some acoustics upstairs. It's much more down here.
Yeah.
Sound is carrying a lot.
Yes, we have
echoing
to
a
take
lot.
that into account, don't we? With the sound, that it travels a lot through here, there's a lot of echo. But let's just all sit still and just try and listen really carefully. So if you made those noises for us just a minute ago, can you make those noises again so they're a bit more clearer so that we can hear and decipher what the noises are? Well, keep foot still for a sec, because you're fidgeting a bit. That was someone's stomach. Right, let's just sit still. You were walking down the corridor just a minute. Can you do that just a minute ago? Can you do that again for us? That's a bird. Could hear seagulls then, couldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, it was like seagulls flying above. How do people feel in here?
Well, I can't.
I feel like I've got pressure in my chest area. That's someone's stomach. If you're down here with us, make a noise. Don't be shy. Come and run down the corridor like you just did just a minute ago, so we can hear you clearly, please. We're only here because we're interested. We don't want to disrespect you in any way, of course. But we did hear you just a minute ago. You were running down the corridor as I was speaking. If you can do that again, that would be really great. We'd really appreciate that.
Any children here?
Can you tap your feet like me? That's what it sounded like. Can you repeat that for me and copy me? If you're in here with us now, just make a tap, make any noise, just so we know you're here. Did you hear that? What did you hear, Tony?
Like a little whistle. I wasn't sure if it was the flagpole rattling again or not. But it didn't sound quite the same. It sounded more like a whistle.
I thought I heard a voice.
Fuck you hear that? Check the hallway, Tony. Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah.
That was
Planes.
plain as anything. Is there anybody down there, Tony? Is there anybody here with us? God, my heart is racing. My heart is absolutely racing, everybody. So, what's that? Oh shit, hold on. My heart is
It
racing.
sounded like it was somebody walking up.
Yeah.
Above.
Did you hear that?
I heard a thud.
Up above us.
Above us?
Yeah.
Tony, is that you?
Yeah.
My heart is racing. Is your heart racing, Tracy?
Yeah. You know, just now you said you felt your chest.
Pressure.
I do. No.
Yeah, I've got that. I don't know if it's because we've just heard that noise,
Yeah.
but that was really good, but really scary.
Hopefully we can pick that up.
Yeah, that was really good, but really scary, wasn't it? Mum, mind you, you're bloody hard as nails, you. I did. But did you hear that?
I heard a thud.
If we're quiet, can
Did
you
you
do it
not-
again, please?
Did you not hear the footsteps?
I heard a thud.
There was footsteps too, Kim. Is it you, Tony? What? Well, did it sound like it was above us?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that was above us.
That was really good, but really scary.
Yeah.
Down here.
When Tony comes back and he sits down, can you do that again for us? That was very good.
Do you want that to happen again, Tracy?
Well, yeah, we
I know, but it's a bit scary.
I don't, but
That was a bit
we need
scary.
our
though.
evidence. Yes.
Well, I think we just got a bit of evidence then. We need to, when we do is we need to look at that footage a bit a bit more.
Let's just listen.
Did you hear that, Tony?
Yes.
Right, so if that was you just a minute ago, walking what sounded like above us, can you do that again for us, please? Try not to fidget well.
There's something going on out in that corridor.
Just to give a bit of context to it, when it first happened, it sounded to me to be from down here.
That in, yeah.
When I went into the corridor and listened just here to see if I could hear anything, I thought I heard something from down there, just a little noise. So I investigated down there. But when you go down there, there is an exit that's open that goes out and up some stairs. And I went to the bottom of the stairs and I could still hear talking from in here, but then again these acoustics do carry down there. So I think that's probably the noise I heard from that direction, but there's nothing that would cause that noise that I'm aware of from that way.
But we all heard that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And we all agree we heard that.
We did hear you.
Donna, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Mum?
I've never heard nothing.
What do you mean? You said you did hear something.
I heard a thud.
Okay. So if you were walking down the corridor just a minute ago, or even if you were walking above us, because we can't quite decide where that noise came from, can you just prove to my mum that you did do that by doing that noise again? What is that?
It's footsteps.
It's footsteps. I'm hearing footsteps.
Yes.
I'm just going to go investigate. And put my torch on. Okay, now.
Oh.
No. There's no one there. There's no one there. now, aren't we? Right, let's go, just make sure my feet are still. That's a bird. I have to say these things out loud so I can confirm in my mind what the noises are. That's Will yawning. So we're finding some really interesting noises down here, auditory noises. It's really quite interesting. Even though I'm shitting my pants right now. I think the majority of us are shitting our pants right now. But we are finding it quite interesting. But also a little bit scary. Can you copy me if I whistle? Can you whistle back? Well, you're going to have to keep still with your coat. Otherwise we're not going to be able to hear. What's that? Yeah. I'm trying my best not to run out of this room right now. You're going to get the fight and flight type of feeling.
Doesn't that when I tell you to shut your eyes?
Yeah, I've got that at the moment.
Sounded like a scream. Yeah. I thought we heard that earlier on. I said a scream.
That was like a different noise from last time.
That weren't a bird, was it?
No, it wasn't
No.
that.
What was that, Tony?
I don't know what it was.
What did it sound like to you? Can you mimic the noise?
To me, it sounded like a scream.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony. Mimic the noise you heard as best as you can.
Well,
What did it sound like?
it sounded like when the brakes are catching on a car. And yeah, it sounded a bit like that.
Sound effects and all
Well,
that sort of
I think that one definitely needs to go to the garage.
Sorry, for sound effects, I'm just trying to...
Listen, what was that?
What did you hear?
A bang.
A bang? Right, that's because we were just talking then, weren't we? Well, you've got to keep your legs still, yeah? Because you're
Yeah,
being
still.
fidgety. No, you're moving them. That's tapping. No, that's tapping.
That wasn't your tummy, Betty, was it?
Was it your tummy, was it, Mum? Hey? Was it your tummy, was it? No. That was taps. It's like doom. Doom.
I thought that was in that passageway.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I get the feeling there's somebody trying to talk right in the distance.
Hmm. Yeah, Tracy says she could hear talking. I'm not hearing talking as such. I'm hearing taps and bangs. And the thing about the footsteps is that we all heard it. So it wasn't just one person saying, oh, I can hear footsteps, and nobody else could hear them. The majority of us heard them footsteps, and we all heard those footsteps, especially the first set of footsteps, which were really clear. We all heard those. So that's good because we've all heard it. And hopefully we've caught that on camera, so we can show you what we heard.
Our time in the ammunition storeroom B9, deep within the tunnel system of Nothe Fort, proved to be one of the most active parts of the investigation. Throughout the session, we experienced taps, knocks, and the clear sound of footsteps echoing through the narrow passageways. A distant whistle, and what sounded like muffled voices drifted through the thick stone corridors, though no one outside the team was present in the area at the time. During filming, I noted a sudden feeling of anger, and afterwards others on the team reported the same emotional shift while in this room. Reviewing the footage, we spotted several orbs, but were they simply dust or bugs? There was no noticeable insect activity deep within the tunnels, and little movement of air within the room, though there was in the adjacent tunnel that may have created ebbs and flows with the subsequent disturbances of dust made possible. This cannot therefore be considered paranormal. Some sounds, we admit, may have natural causes. The acoustics down here are intense, with long echoes that can distort distance and direction. It's possible that some of the taps were nothing more than dripping water, and some of the background noise might have even come from birds outside the tunnel system. But not everything can be explained so easily. Among the clearest pieces of evidence was a distinct series of heavy footsteps, each one deliberate, spaced out, preceded by what sounds like a door slamming shut. No one was walking in the tunnel at the time, no doors were being used, and the sound is clear, direct, and without an obvious source. We may never fully understand what happened that night in B9, but something, or someone, was walking those tunnels with us.
Betty and I have come down to do a vigil in the Arkwright shop. We were sat behind the counter, but we had some movement, so we've moved ourselves over here. We've got the REM pod on the desk on the shop front here, and the record. We've got the recorder over here. So we're just going to sit in silence and call out and see what we get.
But she's already had something touch her. Made this move.
If there's anybody in here with us, can you make something move or make a noise?
If you do, we're out the door quick. We don't want to disrespect you. Just let us know if you're here. Tap on the table. We come in peace. Love and light.
There's some money just on the end of the till here. Can you move that around? Did you like working in the shop? Did it make you sad having to ration all the food? Can you touch the REM pod for us? It will light up all colourful. Maybe out the door. Week number 7. Can you make the till open for us?
Cool, isn't it? Do you want to put an apron on? Over there.
You could get on that.
There. Oh, give that a miss, I think.
Are you happy here at Nothe Fort?
Did you? Were you busy in this shop?
If I tap, can you tap as well? Can you copy what I do?
What's that noise?
What on earth is that?
Is it singing? What's it singing?
Oh my god!
It sounds like somebody was singing.
Yeah!
If it wasn't in here. Can you sing again?
In this section of the investigation, we conducted 2 simultaneous vigils within the tunnel system of Nothe Fort. Tracy and I were positioned in the Ghost Passage, while Tony carried out a lone vigil back in ammunition storeroom B9. both areas located at opposite sides of the underground network.
We're down in the ghost passage now. Me and Tracy were doing a lone vigil, so we're going to turn our torches out in a minute. It's absolutely freezing down here, so I'm sort of shaking because I'm so cold. But I'm going to turn the torches off and see if we can get anything while we're down here. So, you ready for the torches, Tracy? Jeez, it's dark. Is there anybody in this tunnel that would like to communicate with us tonight? If there is, can you make a noise? If we hear anything, I'm legging it up the corridor. Leave the camera where it is. What if we leg it? Which way are we going to run?
I don't know.
That way. I don't know what that way is. Is anybody here? Can you whistle? Can you whistle like me? Can you make a noise for us? What are you getting? You're not feeling happy down here.
Probably because we've just got here. We've got the jump.
What was that? What the fuck was that? Is it Tony? That's Tony. Sorry, we thought we could hear something, but it was Tony. As I looked up the hall, I thought I saw a light go by.
What's that all Tony?
I think that was Tony. Is he down there then?
I don't know where he is.
Maybe that wasn't Tony.
It sounded like snoring at one point.
My torch just got brighter. Is anybody here? It's like talking. got really cold down here. I keep thinking, I keep seeing it.
I'm just thinking of
Hold on.
in the corner of my eye. Can you tap for us if there's anyone here like this?
He went to that room we were in the first time. That's nowhere near here, is it?
No. That's back where the equipment is.
Is it back that way? God, I'm so cold. So I thought, have you got anything tricky? God, it's so cold.
Is that the bunk beds were?
Is that what?
No one was where the bunk beds.
Yeah.
Is that
All I know is it's fucking freezing down here now.
It's really, really
But it's got so cold. Is there anybody here? If there is, make yourself known. In a nice way, of course. Just thought I'd just add that. What do you think that we've got, like, what do you think about tonight? The stuff that we've got. Been quite interesting, hasn't it?
cigarette smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, I can actually.
Which is strange because neither of us smoke.
No. Did you hear footsteps just a minute ago?
That way.
That way.
Can you see what I mean when I said it sounds like snoring?
Yeah.
Which way to look first?
I know. It's so quiet, Harry.
Quiet.
Yeah, really quite dark. God, it's so cold as well. I'm just waiting.
Anxious at the moment.
This is paranormal investigating old school, when we've got no equipment with us whatsoever. No REM pods, no spirit box, no nothing. And I feel like this whole investigation has been pretty much old school.
We haven't.
We've not used hardly any equipment, have we, tonight? It's just been cooling out. And see what we can get while we're cooling out. Can you whistle like me? Copy me. What's that? Can you copy me? You sure it's not Tony speaking? Keep their footsteps now. Or is it just my ears playing tricks? Which direction? That way.
Where are you hearing them?
That way. It's just so cold. What the fuck was that?
I think I'm brave enough to go down there.
Shall I walk? You stay there.
I don't know if I'm brave enough to stand here.
Is anybody there?
Have we got to go down there? I don't
Is
like that.
anybody there? You just shut us up. Literally, we're just running.
I don't run, but my God, I run.
God, it's got really dark. What was that? What was that? I don't know. Did you hear that? Yeah. Is anybody there? We've picked one of the most dark bloody corridors we could have ever picked. That noise has gone. Yeah. But that noise is gone. Can you make a noise for us again? How long have we been down there for now?
I've done 10 minutes. Where's the time?
It's half past.
So about 20 minutes.
Is anybody here? Can you whistle? Copy me. Can you whistle back? Can you hear footsteps? Nervous. I feel really nervous.
Probably pick my heart up
Yeah.
on that.
I'm shaking because I'm cold though. I am shaking because I'm cold. Is there anybody here? I don't look down there. I don't want to look down the corridor because I don't know what I'm going to see. Probably nothing. Yeah, do you know what? It's affecting me a bit like that. Like, I feel like it's like taking. I don't know whether it's dust or something down there. But since I've been here, my chest has been affected quite a lot. And I know Tony's chest was affected quite a lot. Is there anybody here with us right now? What do you want to do? Do you want to call it a night? Yeah, okay.
So we're both getting that feeling, aren't we?
Yes. So, I'll just wrap it up now then.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up now then. So, we've been down in this, like, the ghost passage for a little while now. I don't know whether we're just scaring ourselves stupid now, or whether we are actually hearing noises. I'm going to have to look back at the footage to see whether there were any actual noises or whether it was us and us just being generally scared about being down here anyway. It's quite nerve-wracking. So I'm going to wrap this up now. So that's the end of our vigil that we've done together.
Hi. I'm back in the shelf store. Doing a long vigil. This was certainly by far the most active part of the fort from when we investigated earlier. So I thought I'd come back, see if I can manage to replicate anything that we found, any of the footsteps, any of the voices. So earlier tonight, we heard footsteps in here. Is anybody able to make footstep noises again, please? I can hear this is what makes this fort difficult to investigate, actually. In a different part of the fort, there's two of my colleagues also doing a vigil at the moment, and the acoustics are carrying their voices right through this tunnel system. So I need to take that into account. Is anybody here with me at the moment? Can you make a tapping noise or make some footsteps again? I feel like I heard some steps just then. If you were just making some steps, could you try and make them louder or come closer? Did you used to work here at the fort? That was hard work. That's my colleagues I can hear again. Temperature's dropped. Okay, anything on the red pod? I heard lots of noises in here earlier. It was really good. Can you try and make some more, please? Try and communicate with me. No steps. I find I can't hear anything other than Rachel and Tracy, I think. And they probably don't realise that their voices are carrying through. That's them whistling. No more footsteps. Please, please, come and walk or run towards me. Make some tapping noises with your feet. Probably going to draw the vigil to a close because I'm not particularly sensing or detecting anything. No, thank you. Thank you for noises earlier anyway. That was really good. I'll leave you in peace.
What quickly became apparent was the acoustic sensitivity of the tunnel system. Sounds travelled easily between the two locations, often distorting along the way. As a result, many of the noises captured during this session, including voices, taps and shuffles, could be traced back to one another's vigils. This allowed us to debunk a significant portion of the phenomena captured during this time. However, not all of it. At one specific point during the vigils, both Tony and I react to a sound of a footstep.
Can you hear footsteps now?
I feel like I heard some steps just then.
It's not loud, it's not even clear from the footage, but we acknowledge it aloud, unaware that the other is doing the same. No one else was in the tunnels at that moment, and this sound was not coming from either of us. With no confirmed source and both vigils independently witnessing the same event, this remains another intriguing moment of the night. Nothe Fort, a place steeped in military history, cold stone walls echoing with the past, and perhaps something more. Throughout our investigation, we encountered a range of activity, from whistles, knocks and distant voices to strange orbs and powerful emotional responses. In ammunition storeroom B9, we experienced a series of unexplained footsteps, accompanied by what sounded like a slamming door. While some sounds could not be attributed to birds or dripping water, these moments stood apart as something not so easily dismissed. During our simultaneous vigils, despite the sound travelling throughout the tunnel system, we were able to explain most captured noises. But one incident remains unexplained, when both Tony and I heard a single footstep at the same time from opposite ends of the tunnels, with no one else present. And of course, earlier in the night, a sharp metallic ping, followed by a deep exhale. The first we could explain, the second we couldn't. As investigators, we always look for the rational before the paranormal, but on this night at Nothe Fort, we were left with more questions than answers. So now we turn to you. What do you think we captured? Have you experienced anything similar to Nothe Fort or elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe if you're enjoying the journey, and join us next time as we continue to explore the unknown.